Donald Trump is now a first former president convicted of felony crimes. Biden's approval rating is at historic low, and Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s favorability rate among three candidates went downhill as well since May 15. Trump's criminal indictments have proved to not only strengthen his position in polls, but increase his lead over Biden. The latest poll conducted on June 12 has Trump ahead by 1 point. Today we'll take a look at 2024 election map based on the most recent polls conducted, with RFK Jr. included on the list. According to Kennedy 24 site, RFK has confirmed ballot access in all the dark purple states, while in light purple states petitioning is still in progress. That's why in all the states in which Kennedy isn't on the ballot, we'll count the latest polls of just Trump versus Biden. The question many ask is, will Kennedy take away more votes from Trump or Biden? That's what we're going to find out in this video. First, we'll immediately mark all the non-competitive states which candidates are expected to win by 7 percentage points or more. These are all the safe and likely states. For Biden and Democrats, those will be 3 West Coast states of Washington, Oregon, and California. In all 3 states, Biden leads by more than 12 points. Now, for New Mexico, there hasn't been any polls since August 28, 2023, when Biden was ahead by 8 points, which means New Mexico is very likely to remain a safe blue state. We have a poll from May for Nebraska's 2nd congressional district, where Biden leads by 5 points. In Colorado, 10 points, Hawaii, 8 points, Illinois 10 points, Maryland 17 points, and in District of Columbia I couldn't find any polls for 2024 cycle. But just by taking a peek at previous election polls, there's no question about it that DC will remain a safe Democrat state. There hasn't been any polls conducted for Delaware. In 2020, Biden took it by 20 points, so let's suppose this election it will remain safe Democrat as well. In New York, Biden is ahead by only 7 points, whereas in 2020 he won the state by 23. Trump slightly benefits from Kennedy here, who pulls away more support from Biden. This is a massive decrease of Biden's support among New Yorkers, placing the state in a no longer a safe but a likely Democrat column. Up in New England, Biden continues to draw strong support in Connecticut by 9 points, Rhode Island 19 points, Massachusetts 21 points, and Vermont 31 points. No, I haven't missed Virginia. I left it out for a very good reason, because later in the video you'll see how Virginia, once a solidly Democrat state, has now started shifting towards Republicans. So these 12 states are very unlikely to become competitive, maybe only New York. If it falls from current 7 to 6 points lead for Biden, then that would shift the state from likely to just lean Democrat column. So these 12 states and Washington DC combined result 182 electoral votes for Joe Biden. Now, as for the safe Trump states, we have Montana 20 points, Idaho 29 points, Utah 24 points, Alaska 23, Wyoming 53, North Dakota 37, South Dakota 19, Nebraska statewide contest and Nebraska 1st and 3rd congressional districts about 23 points, Kansas 16, Oklahoma 33, Iowa 15, Missouri 18, Arkansas 32, Louisiana 15, Mississippi 18, Alabama 20, South Carolina 17, Tennessee 18, Kentucky 28, West Virginia 37, and Indiana 21 points. In all the 21 states, Trump continues to lead by more than 15 points. In Ohio, back in March, Trump was up by 12 points, but according to the latest Marist College poll, Trump's lead has dropped by 5 points, which shifts Ohio from a safe to likely Republican state. In New Jersey, Biden leads by 5 points, a significantly small margin considering he carried the state by 15 points in 2020. This places New Jersey in a lean Democrat column. In New Hampshire, the latest survey done by University of New Hampshire has Biden in lead by just 3 points among 1,140 likely voters, which is a much narrower lead compared to 2020 election when he carried the state by 7.4. Could New Hampshire be flipped from blue to red? Let us know what you think down in comments below. New Hampshire hasn't voted Republican since the year 2000 for George W. Bush, but in 2016, Trump almost won the state when he lost it to Hillary Clinton by only 0.37% margin of victory. Going up in Maine, state with the oldest population in the country, the latest survey by Pan Atlantic Research from February 26 shows Trump leading 6 points in a statewide contest and plus 20 in 2nd Congressional District. This marks Maine statewide as lean Trump, while more rural 2nd District is safe GOP. As for the Maine's 1st Congressional District, geographically smaller but more urban with more diverse younger population, Biden is ahead by 8 points. In the upper Midwest, Minnesota polling averages has Biden maintaining his lead by 1.6. It's a drastically narrower lead if compared to previous election averages, when around this time in June, Biden was way ahead by 10 points. Currently, the most recent survey conducted by McLaughlin and Associates on June 9 to 11 shows Trump ahead by 4 points. Keep in mind, this poll was sponsored by Trump himself, who benefits here from Kennedy and other candidates who seem to be pulling away more support from Biden. Interestingly, another survey by a different pollster, this time Mason-Dixon Polling and Strategy, has Biden leading 4 points instead of Trump. In accuracy comparison between two pollsters, Mason-Dixon is ranked 30th, whereas McLaughlin and Associates is ranked 277th with just 0.5 out of 3 stars. For this prediction, we are counting the latest polls, when we also take into consideration Minnesota has been one of the most safest Democratic states in the country, as the last time it was won by Republicans was way back in 1972 by Richard Nixon. We're gonna place Minnesota in a barely tilt GOP column. In 2016, Trump came within just 1.5% of winning it. Get ready for Trump now skyrocketing in electoral college votes as we count in the state of Texas, Florida, and North Carolina. Texas holds 40 electoral votes, the second largest total number of votes behind California. In the recent poll between Trump, Biden, and Kennedy, Trump leads by 9 points. Perhaps he should be performing even better than this, considering Texas is an epicenter of border crisis, but 9 points is still a big improvement considering Trump won Texas by only 5 points in 2020. With each election, the margin of victory has been gradually decreasing for Republicans, possibly due to demographic shifts. Texas is the most important state for GOP in every election, but Democrats seem to be pulling double amount of support, 20 points in their most important state of California. Sunshine State of Florida, Vice City, now has 30 electoral votes, 2 more than it had in 2020. Trump has been leading consistently in Florida, and state which was once competitive has now become one of the strongest Republican territories. According to the most recent poll, Trump is ahead by 5 points, which places Florida in a lean Republican column. North Carolina was one of the most competitive states in 2020, when Trump won by just 1.3%. But as for the 2024 polling averages, Trump has been consistently leading. As you can see, there hasn't been any poll suggesting Biden could come even close to flipping the state. The latest poll with RFK Jr. on the list shows Trump way ahead by 12 points. Very interesting situation in Virginia, where Biden's lead has drastically decreased according to the latest poll. It seems that RFK Jr. helps Biden lead by 1 point, but in a 2-candidate poll, Trump and Biden are even. Because this video includes RFK on the list, we will count in Biden's 1-point lead, placing Virginia in a tilt Democrat column. Whereas in 2020, Biden strongly took the state by a margin of 10.2 percentage points. Maybe this election, Virginia will shift back to Republicans, considering it used to be a safe Republican state for the most of 20th century. And now we're left with 6 officially battleground states that proved to be crucially important in previous election. Trump lost all the 6 battleground states in 2020, which ultimately cost him losing the election. Trump lost with 232 electoral votes, compared to Biden's 306 electoral votes. Although it may seem like Biden won almost in a landslide, the reality is Trump was very close to flipping battleground states. If Trump won these 3 swing states, him and Biden would have been both at 269. Biden won Georgia by just 0.24%, Wisconsin 0.63%, and Arizona 0.31%. So let's start with Georgia. Trump is ahead by 6 points according to the poll conducted by Quinnipiac University with 1,203 registered voters. Trump is leading in virtually every poll, so it is very unlikely for Biden to win Georgia again like he did in 2020. Georgia would be enormously helpful for Donald Trump considering it holds 16 electoral votes. If Trump wins Georgia, he would only need 2 more states of Arizona and Nevada in order to return into the White House. Now, moving up to 3 Rust Belt states, Pennsylvania has Trump leading by 2 points in a poll conducted by Marist College. Even in polling averages, we can see that Trump has been consistently leading. In Michigan, however, Trump's support has been gradually decreasing since April. He was up by even 5 points in March, while now he's ahead by less than half a point in polling averages. The latest poll conducted by Mitchell Research and Communications does show him leading by 1 point, which makes Michigan a tilt GOP state. Among the battleground states, Michigan is generally perceived most Democratic, as it was Biden's largest margin of victory in 2020 when he carried the state comfortably by 3 points. But Wisconsin currently seems to be the only out of 3 Rust Belt states in which Biden leads by 5 points. This puts Wisconsin in a lean Democrat column. This leaves us with the last 2 states of Arizona and Nevada, both carried by Biden in 2020. The polling averages had Biden up by on average 3 points in Arizona and even 6 points in Nevada. But for the upcoming election, however, Trump managed to win back these 2 states. In latest poll from Arizona, he's up by 8 points, placing Arizona in a likely GOP column. And Nevada is going to be a lean Republican state with 5 points favoring Trump. So this concludes our 2024 election prediction between Trump, Biden, and Kennedy. Former President Trump, with 314 Electoral College votes, would beat President Biden, who managed to gain 224 Electoral College votes.